So hi guys, happy Saturday. So I just got off the gym now, and it seems every Saturdays and just being in class is now my new, I don't know, period of reflection. It's very funny, but it is what it is. Like I noticed that, so I just wanted to share some of the things that some of the things that came to my mind that I also picked up a few lessons from while I was at the gym this morning. So the first part of the gym I actually spent it, just doing a lot of comparison. I was paying attention to everyone else, and I noticed that I was entirely different. Like, not today, this time around I'm talking about different in terms of speed, in terms of the levels and all of that. And I really tried, because I kept telling myself, what, you can do this, you can do this. But at some point my knees started to feel the impact. It was a lot, and I had to remind myself that I have to go at my own pace. These people, majority of them have been doing it for so long. Like, I realized that they were going at levels they were going at, their speed was like 140, 170, and I was struggling. I was struggling with the velocity of like 80, and I was like, what, in fact, I had to give myself an average, like, 50 is your average, so 80 is a very good thing. I had to do a lot of self-talk, and this is why I'm sharing this today. That sometimes we overlook a lot of things, and we can actually say some things to ourselves to give us that strength. We don't have to wait for other people to give us that, that word of empowerment. We can actually do positive self-talks, and this can actually help us. Now, that's the first part of the gym session there. And towards the second half, because it's a 1 hour session, the second half I spent it, let me say, distracted, and it worked. And this is what I want to share today. Distraction, I realized that distraction is a kind of is also a coping mechanism. And as I was thinking about so what happened was that I realized that during the period I was distracted, I was performing. Like, I was going higher than, I was going 80, 90, and I wasn't even paying attention. But I was totally distracted. I wasn't looking at the machine. I wasn't looking at the cycling. I wasn't looking at anyone around me. I was just looking up at what was I even looking? I was looking at the space. And in my mind, at some point, I was just thinking about random things. At some point, I was just trying to find myself in the mirror. I was at the back. This is so funny. I was at the back, and I couldn't find myself in the mirror. I spent so much time trying to locate myself in the mirror, because there's this huge big mirror right in front of us, at the front of the, So basically, the distraction really worked. And I noticed that truly distraction can be a form of coping mechanism for a lot of people. A lot of people that even, like, let's say for example, our children with on the autism spectrum. I am an autism mom coach. Sometimes children can use the distraction. A lot of parents say, oh, my child is not paying attention, is not doing this, that, but they're actually paying attention, but their mind is something else, but their mind is somewhere else. And this distraction is a form of, it's helping them to cope. They have difficulties in being attentive the same way other people, neurotypical kids can be. It can also be, this distraction can also help in terms of, a lot of people experiencing trauma. They just, get themselves distracted, block it out, so many things, honestly, that distractions can actually help you. So we can actually look at distraction in a positive way, and we can also look at it in a negative way. So I'm sharing this because, honestly, sometimes also while I was thinking about this, also it's made me to realize, distraction can help you. I'm an overthinker, by the way. I overthink a lot of things, and sometimes once in a while distraction can actually help you to limit that, or you overthinking. Because, to be honest, overthinking sometimes can lead to so many things, and you just be like, because yes, I was overthinking a lot of things, in the beginning of the gym session. I was thinking about what I wasn't doing right. I was thinking about, oh wow, I was looking at everybody's body language. I was looking at their speed. I was looking at everything. But that was me just, basically I was just, but my point is that distraction can be positive, it can also be negative. In fact, everything has a positive side and a negative side. So it now depends on you. How do you want to use those things? And lastly, I remember there was something that I wanted to share. Yes, and then another thing that came to my mind while I was in the spinning class was, you know, a reminder that sometimes we don't have to go all the way out to find something. You know, we can actually make do with the things that we have. We can make use of the things that we have around us. And honestly, when we pay attention, if we really do pay attention to the things around us, we will find that we have everything we need to thrive. You just have to really search. You just have to pay attention to those things around you. And this message is kind of like intertwining between, you know, it's not just about lifestyle. And this particular part, I think I'm addressing parents who have children with special needs. Most times we're out looking for solutions, we're out looking for specialists, we're out looking for resources, but a lot of time there are things around us that we can actually use with our children. There are things that you don't even have to go out to find. Like when I work with clients, sometimes when I give them a list of things to, you know, to get, I tell them that, and they are taking so long to get it, and they're like, oh no, I can't seem to find this. I always improvise. I always like, you know what, you can actually start with what you have around you. So if there's anything that you take away today from my message today, it is that look around you. That thing you're looking for, it's actually there, right there. That thing you've been searching for, that thing that, you know, you just have to look, and you will find that you have actually those things that you need. You have it right there with you. So I hope my message makes sense. Sorry, sometimes my thoughts just get all jumbled up, and I have to just, you know, put it all out here right now before I head home and take a shower, because I'm literally just coming out of the gym. But one thing also is for sure, I think spinning was quite tough today, but it's encouraging. And I think I love the fact that it's becoming my place to, like, I don't know, to really reflect. And it's very odd, because usually I like to go to quiet places and all of that, but amidst the noise and all of that, I was still able to, you know, do some reflection. So there's a lot to take away today. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. This is Fatigiwa Shares. Let me know what you think, and let me hear your thoughts about, you know, coping mechanisms, distraction, everything that I've mumbled up into this one small video. To enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye.